Hey y'all. I am literally, I just got done doing like mini kind of like recording, well, mini filmings, and just thought I was very due for a video today. I wanted to give out a life update as well as, just some things that you to know about me that, will really get to me and would honestly be the reason I would leave. So right now I am literally in the middle of a storm. So it's like raining. It's very dark in here. So I have my phone flashlight just right here. There's no ring light or anything. I can't afford it at all. I was gonna do a ASMR type video, but then, I had to record through my iPad, but my iPad will always like lose storage just out of nowhere. So it'd be hard, and I'm in the process of trying to be able to afford a microphone that is like versatile so I can use it with my laptop, my phone, and my iPad, and I'm actually using my laptop right now to record. But that's what I'm really been doing. I've also been very much trying to, push and, still doing auditions and also been trying to push my basically like a summer blowout event that I'm doing in my salon, which is basically you come in, you enjoy, you schedule with me, and you just enjoy, a look and service with me. Basically, I've been working on getting some like memberships and things like that. I do have a first time trial. It is a package. Basically, it's on my website where it's basically you get this trial of you get a blowout, you get consultation, you get a dry style with it. And if you do a consultation in person, you will get that guaranteed either blowout or dry style of your choice. If you choose a dry style, I will just simply just ask like what style you will want, so you get that style. Same thing with a blowout, just you just got to blow out with it. And, on top of that, you're not only just getting a consultation, you're not only going in for a consultation, you're also going out with a offered style with that. So that's what I basically am trying to do. I'm trying to get more people to come in and things like that. I never told anyone this, but I have always dreamed about, being booked, like being basically like booked for like months to go. And there's one dream that included me um, being booked for the whole weekend. And so I'm like really starting to keep that alive. And you know, I recently had my salon kind of pick back up with newer clients coming in, with an old client coming in, and things like that. So I've really been trying to really push myself through it, as well as really trying to get myself, out of my financial predicament, which is basically I'm, too broke to do anything. Oh. So it's just a lot on me. There's a lot of weight just put on me. On top of that, like I haven't even put out the fact that I've been, yeah, I've been looking for, jobs to help, help my salon financially. But then I always run into job scams. So I always would get scammed in some way. I just recently went through a scam where it, came into my acting, basically, my second happy place or my other happy place, just acting. And it was like my big breaks. It was like California, big break. It was, basically somebody who posed as like a very well known casting director who basically was just like making me do this and things like that. And I had to like reiterate rules and things like that. That's like usually used within the acting world, used within the entertainment world. and never heard back. So I definitely was caught up in a scam. On top of that, there were other scams that, one actually, took so much money out of me that I was at the point where I'm like, okay, there's no way I'm getting anything. It was basically like for equipment, and there was no way I was getting that. And like, it just felt like I kept adding on stuff that like was just making me pay way more than, for me when I would um do like what I would get when I started training and things like that. Like I didn't start training at all. It was always saying like, "Oh yeah, we're in a hurry," things like that, and just took a lot out of me. So that really took a lot. That took a lot out of me, and the fact that it was like one of them was an acting scam that I later looked up and was just it was a real thing. It just, I'm not gonna lie, it took a lot out of me. It took a lot out of me being, financially struggling, trying to keep my salon up and running because, it has a lot of potential. It has a lot of potential. I have a lot of potential. I'm working to, pushing through, pushing out everything that I can do as a business owner, but as a business owner with a budget. Still have my GoFundMe out. So you can feel free to utilize, put that in there. I got my GoFundMe there. Um, but just also just struggling to have kind of like support for me, like support, from others to help me through it, especially like especially people like closest to me. Just like it just almost kind of feels like you just lost hope in me. And it's already bad enough I'm starting to lose hope in myself, you know? So it's just that's basically like just that's been really getting to me. Like even now just talking about it, it's getting to me. And I'm really trying to keep a straight face. I also have my makeup, so I'm not trying to ruin it, things like that, because these aren't waterproof mascara. It trying to keep it straight up. I was about to do this without any makeup, if I'm being honest, but I was like, I'm about to film for, more roles to audition for. So I'm like, I might as well just, keep it, do a video for YouTube and, just basically just tell y'all where I've been and things like that. But yeah, for my subscribers currently, thank you so much for, waiting on me, sticking with me. If you're new, welcome. I hope you stay, you like, you donate, as well as my subscribers as well. My very little subscribers, so I definitely appreciate each and every one of you. If you can help me with my GoFundMe and help me financially through my GoFundMe, I may also put out my Venmo just to, help me financially and things like that, where I can, pay off some debts. I can, be able to move my business to the next level, move myself up to the next level as much as I can, as well as not have such a burden on me or not feel like there's so much weight on me. And that, I can also feel like I got support somewhere. I also have, people who have faith in me, people who have hope in me that, I can do this and things like that, even when people closest to me don't. It really helps a lot. So I'll leave it there. Check out my other videos. I have shorts of my salon. I made, posts about kind of my situation, things like that. I have videos of my acting, countless videos of my salon again. Um, and then, I also have my other social medias like I got Instagram at MonicaStar12 up in the description. I also have my TikTok. There you go. I also have my TikTok at Kit, KAYKIT 61. You can check that out. I really post a lot on there. I post a lot of like photos of like photo shoots, like small photo shoots that I do. I post pictures, slideshows, just on my just for like my salon website with the styles I've done, things like that. I'm also trying to work on getting kind of like some of my live highlights that I've done on TikTok put here so you can see kind of like what I do on live as well as, planning on doing like other videos and ideas like that on here, TikTok, Instagram, things like that. I'm really trying to be more kind of like out there with social media. I've always never been that type of person. I'm very much an introvert, INFP to be specific. So it's like, really trying to do that as much as I can. But I'm gonna really try my hardest and things like that. Um, so yeah, I got a lot of ideas. I got a lot of work that I gotta do. But if you can really help me financially, help me through my GoFundMe, my Venmo, it is very much appreciated. Um, I'll leave the links for those in the description, as well as my salon website, things like that. So you can schedule your appointment, things like that. Um, as well as, many others. So, check that out. Like, comment, subscribe, donate, support, be that person that's a part of this journey that I'm having and somebody who, is, always wanting to vouch for me, wanting to support me in everything I do, wanting to make sure that both my, salon is kicking off well and my acting career is, kicking off. I get my big break in both of them, It's just what I'm really trying to like, in close to. Also be on the lookout for a mini series that I'm creating basically all by myself. So yeah, that's, coming up soon. So definitely check that out. Once it does come out, check out my TikTok as well so you can stay up to date with everything. And yeah, that's about it. I won't let you, I won't hold you too much. I just wanted to get a little life update and just to let you know what I've been doing, where I've been, things like that. So then we kind of got an idea of what I've been doing. So see you later.